It's John Cole with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. In this episode, I'm going to share with you guys the durability of the Slowstar AI juicer, the world's first juicer that actually detects and senses what you're juicing, either slows down or speeds up the juicer so that you guys get up to 15% more yield. And I'll tell you guys, I've been using this machine off camera for the majority of my juicing lately to really put it through the ringer to find out how good it is. And I've run this in excess of 1 hour on many occasions, and it has never failed me. One of the things that I didn't initially notice about the Slowstar AI is that it tends to oxidize whatever you're juicing a little bit less due to the design, and also because of the lower RPM. So if you guys are looking for the highest nutrition quality and the best kind of extraction out of a vertical hopper style machine, I'm confident to tell you guys that the Slowstar AI is it. And that's why I'm using the Slowstar AI in this very video today, where I'll be juicing 10 whole pounds of colored peppers, or in some places around the world they might call them capsicums, but they are sweet peppers. And sweet peppers are very beneficial for you guys. Some of you guys may know that orange juice is good for you because it contains lots of vitamin C, right? Well, while it does contain vitamin C, guess what? Peppers contain 200 to 300% more vitamin C than oranges. So like the winner there is, I think the yellow ones are like 300% more, the orange and the red are like 200% more. So they are significantly higher in vitamin C. And to remind you guys, vitamin C is really a co-absorption factor when you guys are drinking your juices rich in iron. So if you think you're drinking leafy green juices, right, you want to make sure you have enough vitamin C in there, because the vitamin C will help you absorb the iron more effectively. So throw in a couple of those colored peppers in your green juices. It'll make your green juices taste a bit better, and also you're going to get higher iron absorption. Iron absorption in plant foods is much less than in animal foods. In animal foods, you can absorb too much iron, and too much iron can cause oxidation and a lot of health problems. That's why I prefer to get my iron from plant foods, and of course, ramp up the natural vitamin C when I get it in me. Now, aside just from the vitamin C and the benefits of iron absorption in the peppers, right, I have a published study we're going to throw up right here on the screen. You guys can see this is the protective effects of orange sweet pepper juices prepared by a high-speed blender and low-speed masticating juicer against UVB-induced skin damage and in SKH1 hairless mice. So this was an animal study. That being said, the mechanisms in humans should be very similar. It's also said that many people say, John, you have such nice skin. Why is that? Well, that's because I juice things like peppers. So actually, let's go down to the bottom of the abstract, and it says, these results suggest that sweet pepper juices may offer a protective effect against photoaging by inhibiting the breakdown of the dermal matrix, inflammatory response, and DNA damage, as well as enhancing antioxidant defense, which leads to an overall reduction in skin damage. Basically, they're saying you can reduce wrinkles from going out in the sun. I mean, people slather on all this sunblock, but think about it, what other animals on Earth slather on sunblock before they go out in the sun? That being said, other animals on Earth actually eat their natural diet, which can be high in plant pigments, things like carotenoids that can protect us. So now we're going to throw up this infographic right here on the screen, and you guys can see this is the scientific benefit of orange bell pepper juice, but it can also apply to other bell peppers, other colored bell peppers, except the greens, because those ones are not ripe as well. So it's basically, number one, it stops the enzymes that causes wrinkles. And the study found that sunlight triggers MMPs that cut collagen, but the pepper juice block the enzyme that prevents early wrinkles. It cools down sunburn and skin inflammation because UV rays turn on NF8 switch for painful proteins, and the pepper juice pulls the plug on the switch, cutting down inflammation. And of course, plant foods rich in phytonutrients like the peppers can cut down all different kinds of inflammation besides just skin inflammation, as this study showed. This also shows that supercharges your body's internal shield, so the catalase GPX and the SOD2 superoxide dismutase. This study showed that sun damage destroys internal shield system. The benefit restores all three shields to full strength so that you can have nice skin, wrinkle-free. And this protects your DNA from mutations. Sun can be very damaging to our DNA, and literally the carotenoids and the pigments in the peppers can protect you from the mutations. And also, of course, this study compared slow juicing to a high-speed blender, and it showed that there's 20% more vitamin C, 10% more carotenoids, and there's more benefits when you slow juiced your bell peppers instead of oxidizing them in a high-speed blender. So one of the big benefits of the peppers, especially the orange peppers, there are carotenoids. Those are the same things that are in, say, carrots. But I don't think the carotenoids were definitely the main factor for the skin benefits in this published study personally, because carotenoids are relatively low compared to carrots. What is actually high compared to carrots in the peppers, not just the orange, but also the yellow and the red, are the polyphenols or phenols in the peppers. The plant produces phenols in response to environmental stressors. Think about it. The carrots that you juice are grown under the ground. They never get exposed to the sun, so they never have the chance to become burned by the sun, right? Here in Las Vegas, if tomatoes are out in the sun without you covering them, they will literally get sunburn like we will, right? That's why the peppers, right, will create their own polyphenols in there that literally act as UV protection for them from the sun, because they're sitting out on the vine getting the sun so that they can ripen up, get bigger, and have more nutrition for you. And when we juice these peppers, then we get some of those beneficial compounds in us. And I remind you guys, when you juice, you separate the juice from the fiber that feeds you, is what I learned from Jay Cordage. So literally, we're making it a lot easier to rupture the cell walls, break open the nutrients, and then get that in a more bioavailable package than just eating them alone. So while peppers will reduce your wrinkles, right, sugars can cause cross-linking, as proven by science, and increase your wrinkles. So for this and many other reasons, I don't recommend drinking tons of fruit juices. If you want to drink fruit juices, do it in moderation, maybe like 8 ounces a day, which I have a problem with. But the issue for me is that the peppers are a non-sweet fruit. You want to be juicing more non-sweet fruits, I'll be the only guy on probably YouTube telling you guys this, because all the other influencers are just telling you to, juice the fruits that are sweet, and you'll be addicted to that, just like you're addicted to the soda, but now you're just addicted to the fruit juice, which is definitely better than soda. But the best of all is what I'm going to tell you guys to do is to juice the non-sweet fruits. I bought these peppers today, as well as a whole bunch of cucumbers, which is another one of my favorite non-sweet fruits to juice. Zucchini is another excellent non-sweet fruit to juice as well. Bitter melon, another non-sweet fruit juice. Ash gourd, also known as winter melon, another non-sweet fruit juice to make juice out of as well. Nonetheless, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into juicing the 10 pounds of my colored bell peppers in the Slowstar AI. Alright guys, so we're all set up and ready to juice, and now I'm going to show you guys how to prep peppers for juicing. So we're just going to go ahead and take a pepper here, and what I like to do is you got to just cut off the green stem area. So I like to basically cut it in half, and you guys can see we have the seeds in there. Now you can juice the seeds with the little white part. They're totally fine to juice. That being said, I did come across a study that says if you juice your peppers with the seeds, then the juice will degrade faster, so you're going to lose some nutrition, probably due to some kind of enzymatic activity. So for that reason, I basically just pull out all the seeds and the green stem, and then I basically just juice the peppers without all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and get a bunch of these ready to put into the Slowstar AI and come back at you when I'm ready to get started. So as you guys can see, I got a bunch of peppers prepped. I basically just removed the seeds and cut them in quarters. Now we're just going to go ahead and load up the Slowstar AI with all these peppers. You don't need, you could put in actually peppers whole. The issue is then you couldn't fit a lot into the hopper at once. I want to focus on filling up the hopper as much as possible, so by cutting them smaller, you can fit a lot more in there. And then you could have it run without you, you know, because the old school juicers would force you to push produce into the machine. And I love the new style machines that literally feed in the produce for you. So once you got everything loaded up, we're just going to go ahead and turn it on. And there is no button for juicing peppers, so we're just going to go ahead and press the AI mode. And then all we need to do is press start. But before we press start, I'm going to go ahead and hit start on the stopwatch to see how long it's going to take me to juice 10 pounds of peppers in the Slowstar AI. All right, 1, 2, 3, start there. And we're going to start the Slowstar AI. And we're off to the juicing races. While that is running, I'm going to go ahead and continue to prep more peppers to put in when the hopper is empty. All right, so I guess we're going to speed this part of the video up for you guys to save you guys some time. Alright guys, the Slowstar AI has pretty much finished that batch, so we could go ahead and open the hopper and we could dump in the next batch. So luckily I was able to basically make enough to fill the hopper as it was running, so this saves me an enormous amount of time instead of having to push each produce item in there. This is what I love about the Slowstar AI as well as other hopper style machines. Alright, let it keep running while I keep prepping more peppers. Alright guys, it looks like this hopper full is finished and we got almost a quart of juice. So next up, let's go ahead and dump in the next round of peppers into the hopper. And then next up, we got to go ahead and store this pepper juice. So I want to show you guys how to do that. So basically, I use mason jars and I'll take the pepper juice, and some people in the olden days would say, fill the mason jar up to the top so that you exclude the oxygen and then cap it off, right? Of course, I'm not going to tell you guys that because that's like old information. We're going to fill it up to maybe like, what did I fill it up to? Just over 24 ounces. We want some headspace in there. That's very important. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and remove the oxygen out of the headspace, and more importantly, to dissolve the oxygen out of the juice. From even a slow juicer, it does put oxygen in there. So to do that, we have the Pure MVP vacuum lids with a one-way valve. And then we're going to go ahead and get the Pure MVP pump. This pump in my tests has removed usually 83% of the oxygen out of the juice. This is very important. You want to remove the most oxygen because when you remove 83%, you're leaving approximately 3% in there. And so this way, your antioxidants in the juice won't oxidize because of the oxygen. So then when you drink them, you're going to have more of those antioxidants for you to help keep your skin nice and plump, wrinkle-free when you go out in the sun. That being said, of course, you may need to use sunblock and all these other things. Don't just think, oh, I could drink the juice and not use sunblock. Use some good sunblock approved by the EWG.org. All right, so let's go ahead and pump this up. So as you guys can see, as we start pumping, you guys can see the foam layer is actually growing. It's getting bigger because we are literally sucking the oxygen out of the juice. And I'll give you guys a close-up on this. If we suck too much, we're going to suck juice out. But I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but literally there are bubbles, like your soda bubbles. When you pour soda in a glass, the bubbles come up to the top and pop. That is literally what is happening in this juice, right? So now we need to let this juice kind of sit here, let the bubbles pop, and then we're going to go ahead and continue to pump. That being said, I think I'll just let this juice take a break for a little bit, and we're just going to go ahead and get juicing more so I can fill the next quart, and I still got lots of peppers to prep. Alright guys, so the cool thing about the Slowstar AI is that when it's empty, it'll basically speed up and run faster. During the whole time I was juicing the peppers, it basically went to a slow mode to basically increase the nutrition in the juice and get the driest pulp. Now that it's done, it's going really fast, so now we're just going to go ahead and press the stop button there. And we're going to go ahead and close that spout cap. Once you hit the stop, it'll actually just auto-reverse for a second. And then we're going to go ahead and store our last mason jar of juice here. As you guys can see, I got the different colors because as I ran out of the red and orange peppers, I had mostly the yellow left. And as you see, I have some left that we're just going to go ahead and pour a glass of this anti-wrinkle sun protecting juice that of course is for the study's on, but there's so many other benefits of the carotenoids, the pigments, the vitamin C, and all the different nutrition, lycopene in the red ones, lutein and zeaxanthin in the yellow ones, and the beta carotenes in the orange ones. So which colors are best? I'd say get a mixture of all of them. I tend to default a little bit more to red when I'm able. But yeah, they are all good, and let's go ahead and get this vacuumed out. So as you guys can see, the technique is basically, getting the oxygen or the bubbles to go up to the top so that it doesn't bubble over. Then you let it sit a while, and then you go back with the pump. And then you pump another like 20 times, and then at some point, basically the juice will not rise and no more bubbles will come out. At this point, you know you have achieved MVP, or maximum vacuum pressure. All the oxygen is removed that you can remove with this pump, which is the most powerful pump that is a lifetime pump that I've tested to date. And if you guys want to get the setup on this MVP pump and all the lids, you want to check the link down below, bit.ly/pure MVP. Make sure you guys use the coupon code DJ5 to save $5 off that kit and get free shipping. That kit will give you basically 12 lids and the MVP vacuum pump. You will then need to source your own mason jars. I recommend going to a place like Walmart, Target, or a local hardware store. Winco, if you guys have one, for the wide mouth mason jars. For those of you guys that are curious, today I juiced organic bell peppers. I always prefer to choose organic produce whenever possible to get the best price on the organic bell peppers. If you're lucky enough to have a grocery outlet near you, that's where I got all these peppers. They're basically in a 2-pound bag for $4.99, which is basically $2.50 a pound for organic peppers that are grown by Fresh Republic. I saw them come out of the box, organic. And then, of course, the other thing you guys can do, many occasions I will also juice greenhouse or hothouse grown peppers. Those are typically less sprayed. Most greenhouse companies use IPM or integrated pest management. This way you'll be able to save some money on peppers, and they can be less money. Usually like companies like Windset is a good company and brand I trust. They're usually available at warehouse club stores like Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's in like a 6-pack. And then when you're packing the 6-packs, you want to get one the heaviest weight because they're sold by a 6, but then some of them are smaller, so you want to get ones that are heavy. They're going to produce more juice for you. Now, before I taste test the juice, I'll also want to show you guys how to get the best deal on the Slowstar AI. That's why I started my company over 25 years ago now, to save you guys the most money on the juicers, as well as educate you about all the different juicers on the market. I saw a great need for this because every company will promote, buy mine, it's better than the other guys. But I basically cut all the fluff, cut all the BS. I give you full length testing where I compare this machine against another machine so you guys could find the right juicer for you. And if my videos have helped you have less wrinkles through the juicing today, or help you select the right juicer, I would encourage you guys to help me out by using one of my coupon codes so that you guys could also get the lowest price on the juicer. So on the Slowstar AI, you guys could use a coupon code DJ, which will save you guys a minimum of 10% off the Slowstar AI. That runs at the lowest RPM of any hopper juicer. It also has a full 15-year warranty backed up by Tribest, one of the premier juicer manufacturers in the country, in business now for over 30 years, easily. Maybe they're up to 35 now. And one of the companies that I trust and I've worked with since literally I started my business back in the day. When you guys use that coupon code, not only will you save the most money, but Tribest will share me a small part of the sale so I can continue to make these educational videos for you guys, buy my peppers, pay my utility bill, and of course pay my amazing video editor that gets these videos up and edited on YouTube for you guys. So I want to thank you guys who have used my coupon code or will use it in the future. It allows me to continue to do this work that I enjoy and love so much, especially looking up the studies to show you guys the proof on juicing works. You know, a lot of people just spat out their mouths and they say juice this for this or this for this. How do you know that's really legit, right? I have studies to show this juice will reduce your wrinkles. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try this bell pepper juice. That's one of my favorite juices, guys. I mean, it's not sweet. It's really colorful, so that kind of tricks you to make you think it's going to be really good. But you know, I like it. It's just really, it's like watery, rich, and you get the kind of like condensed like bell pepper flavor. It's just super delicious. Maybe add like some ginger and lemon in this. Throw it over the top, guys. That'd be like kind of insane if you guys did that. But yeah, all this juice actually is going to get stored, and then I'll be using it to make a soup base, a raw soup base that I basically blend the juice up with nut seeds, herbs, and spices, and then add a bunch of different cut up vegetables and other heat processed foods to make an amazing soup. If you guys want to learn how I do that, I'll link down below to one of my videos where I make my raw unheated soup using all the juices. So if you guys enjoyed this episode today, learning how to reduce your wrinkles with the bell pepper juice, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also be sure to share this with other people so that they could get that raw food or juicing glow by basically getting more of these valuable phytonutrients that are in the fruits and vegetables, right, that are made by the plants, so that they can protect themselves from the UV, the sun, and all the harsh climate and environment they have to go through sitting out in the sun 24/7. And then we can basically extract the nutrients and get those into us. I really love juicing, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss my new upcoming episodes. I'm coming out every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I'll show up, what you'll be learning, what new juices I'll be unboxing or comparing against each other, or what new vacuum blenders I'll be showing you guys. So make sure you click the little bell so you get notified as my new videos come out. I wouldn't want you to miss any single episode that can change your health and change your life. Also, be sure to see my past episodes. Past episodes are a wealth of knowledge, over 900 episodes at this time on this channel, dedicated to comparing and contrasting all the different major brand juicers and other appliances that allow you to process more fruits and vegetables and other plant foods and get them into you. I'll put some of my videos I made in the past with the Slowstar AI down below if you guys want to learn more about this amazing machine that I've been using more and more in my home lately, including the original unboxing and where I compare this to other machines on the market. Probably the favorite thing that I love about the Slowstar AI is that it is one of the easy to clean machines because it no longer has a stainless steel screen that you need to scrub. As you can see inside the chamber there, you know, there's not a lot of pulp. You could basically just rinse this out without any scrubbing. It takes me a little bit over a minute, maybe a minute and a half. So with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.